oh, 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 that what makes you beautiful. Oh, 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 shit. Phew. Hello, my name is Jekko Knight, and I just recently got challenged to a WWE Fan challenge. I've kind of seen this going around on YouTube. Basically, there are 20 questions that you have to answer, and once you're done answering those, you can tag people and have them do the same thing. Kind of like those things you see on Facebook, but it's for wrestling. Before I start this video, I just want to say thank you for all of my recent subscribers for subscribing to this channel. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers. If I do, I remove this hockey mask. Ow. So, thank you for subscribing. If I'm not subscribed to you, let me know and I'll subscribe. Now, let's get started. So, I have been nominated by my good friend, Bostonfan79V1. I'll do 3 nominees that I want to do this WWE Fan Challenge. I'll name them at the end of the video, but I'll probably put them in the description. And I got the questions right here. And I just dropped one of them. So let's go ahead and get started. How long have you been watching wrestling? I forgot the exact year, but it was between WrestleMania 5 and WrestleMania 6. You know, right after the Mega Powers exploded, and quite a bit of time before WrestleMania 6, when they had the showdown between Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. Those are the good old days. God, I'm old. Favorite superstar. Now, for these questions, I'm going to assume it's not like favorite superstar of all time, which would probably be Hulk Hogan for me. I'm going to go ahead and answer these as current. My current favorite superstar, I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for this, I don't care. AJ Styles. Favorite diva. Becky Lynch. Something about Becky Lynch, I don't know. My favorite as of now. One independent wrestler you want to come into WWE or NXT. See, that's the thing. I don't really watch a lot of independent stuff. And the one that I wanted to go were Samoa Joe, AJ Styles. Guess what? They're there now, so who is left? I will say this. One I would like to see, I saw him in TNA. He's in Ring of Honor now. I would like to see Jay Lethal in NXT. I think he'd be a good fit there. And he's one of those underutilized talents that TNA kind of, blew to the side. And, now Jay Lethal, I think he was a champion of Ring of Honor. I don't watch Ring of Honor, so I don't know. Okay, question number 5. How many WrestleManias have you been to? How many WrestleManias have I been to? It's the same amount of girlfriends I've had. None. Okay, that was stupid. Well, and the second part of the question is, if none, which ones would you go back and attend live? I would say WrestleMania 17. When I was little, I was a Hulkamaniac, and seeing him come back to the WWE after being in WCW for so long, and him going up against The Rock, that was like, The Rock was a young superstar at the time. Hulk Hogan was a veteran, and just seeing those two for the first time, I would have liked to have seen that live. So I'll do WrestleMania 17. Number 6. Next NXT superstar you want to be called up to the main roster in 2016. Samoa Joe. And it's rumored that that might actually happen after WrestleMania. Dream WrestleMania main event. I wonder if this means like all time, and it's something I wouldn't want to see now, but it would probably be Hulk Hogan versus Steve Austin. That match never happened. But if I had to choose a dream match now with the current wrestlers, AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins. Favorite non-WWE product. Right now, it would have to be Lucha Underground. Okay, number 9. Favorite style of wrestling. Softcore wrestling. It's like hardcore wrestling, but instead of like actual baseball bats, you use Nerf bats. Instead of like a staple gun, you use a price label. And then you body slam someone on top of a giant pile of paper clips. Softcore. I actually saw that on an independent show one time. It was stupid as hell. But seriously, basically I like wrestling done right. If it's technical, it has to be a technical masterpiece. If it's luchadors and stuff, it has to be a lot of high spots, high flying. If it's people like Triple H, Undertaker, a lot of the big WWE guys, it has to be really good storytelling throughout the match. And it just depends on the match. I like good wrestling. Simple enough. Number 10. How many wrestling shows have you attended? I guess it doesn't say specified WWE, but I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 2 of them are like indie stuff. That's the problem with living in Colorado. There's not a lot of wrestling. Raw, SmackDown comes once a year. No TNA, no Ring of Honor. We barely get really shitty independent, like, really shitty ones. And I've been to 2 of those. One at the Greeley Stampede. If you watch South Park, you'll understand how shitty Greeley is. They're not making that up. Greeley sucks. And then another one, just a really small one that had like Jake the Snake Roberts in it. Which pay-per-view do you want WWE to bring back? The things with pay-per-view is, unless they have a gimmick, they're just a name. And they could put any name, Judgment Day, No Way Out and stuff. I mean, it's nice to see those names back, but do they really do any difference? This is what I want to see. A different set on pay-per-views. I don't want to watch a pay-per-view and have like the entrance and everything look like a Raw or SmackDown. Make it different. Make it unique. That's what I miss about those old pay-per-views. And WCW used to do that a lot with like the Halloween Havoc. They have like the Halloween theme. Bash at the Beach. They have like a beach. They need to do that with the pay-per-view. They can't cost that much more money just to have a special setup for a pay-per-view. Come on. Will we ever have an NXT Takeover, Raw, SmackDown, or pay-per-view? Now, I'm basically copying this off of Leon Cavalera's, which he's the one who nominated Boston Fan. Kind of a weird question, but I'm going to take it as, will a Raw, SmackDown, or a pay-per-view ever be an NXT Takeover special? It would be nice to see an NXT Takeover be an actual pay-per-view. Of course, if you have the WWE Network for $9.99, you're already getting it. It would be nice to see maybe, an NXT special on a SmackDown. Raw, no. You don't want to do that to your main product. Have another product replace a main product, even for one night. That would not be good business, in my opinion. So maybe SmackDown, since no one really watches that. Or why not Main Event or Superstars or one of those other ones? Will Daniel Bryan wrestle another match in WWE? No. He wants to change his style, but the thing is, he's already changed his style once he had his shoulder injury. The thing that Daniel Bryan needs to do is get released from the WWE somehow. I don't know how many years on his contract he has. I don't keep up with shit like that. But he would be perfect just to go back in the independent scene, maybe Ring of Honor. If he went to TNA, that would be huge, That would bring TNA ratings from like 5 people to 7 people, But Daniel Bryan just needs to get out of WWE, Much as I miss him in WWE, I don't see him ever returning. Do you consider TNA as a number 2 or another promotion? I'm kind of on the fence about this because TNA is not what it used to be. It's hard to say because, TNA is in competition with WWE, otherwise WWE would not try to silence it, Samoa Joe from the Indies. AJ Styles, a New Japan Pro Wrestling champion, but doesn't mention anything. So, WWE and TNA are still in competition, whether WWE admits it or not. And it's hard to say if they're a number 2 promotion. What they are like an independent federation with a television deal. That's all it is. The reason why people consider them that, and it's a valid argument, is TNA has a television deal. In the US, I would say yes, it is a number 2 promotion. No matter how shitty TNA has gotten, it's still somewhat watchable, but it's nothing like it was. I mean, it makes me sad to see what TNA basically became. Lost all of its stars, couldn't afford to pay them. The real number 2 promotion in the world is, in my opinion, New Japan Pro Wrestling, but for the States, I would guess TNA is the number 2, whatever. 15. Dream WrestleMania location. Denver, Colorado. Why? Because if WrestleMania was here, I'd only have to drive like a half hour, actually 45 minutes, to go there. I wouldn't have to travel to another state. Hence the reason why I've never been to an actual WrestleMania event. The logical of that is Bronco Stadium isn't that big for WrestleMania's record attendance. And the altitude, no one wants to wrestle in this high-ass altitude. If you've ever been to Colorado and you're not from Colorado, you'll understand. But that would be my dream location. Favorite WWE Mattel figure you own? Minivan Vader is actually a non-Mattel. Who makes this, by the way? Who made it? 19 OSFTM, made in China. Doesn't even fucking say. I just recently bought some. I was shopping at Walmart. Like, everyone else is buying those stupid figures. Might as well pick up some. So, if I had to choose a figure, it would probably be,
John Cena!
Sorry, I had to do that again. If Triple H takes over WWE, will the product be better or worse? In my opinion, the product will be better. Will the company be better? Probably not. Because Triple H's mindset is the old school, and he's kind of like going towards the marks and stuff. But as a company, you need those casual fans. You need those ones that just tune in. You need the ones that don't pay attention to the internet stuff that basically warps everyone's minds and turns them into smart marks. And I don't know if Triple H can appeal to the masses or if he's just going to appeal to like the wrestling fans. The product, in my opinion, will be better for us, but for everyone, we'll have to see. That's the problem with WWE. They have too big of an audience they have to please, and they just can't please everyone. Did John Cena really bury Bray Wyatt? To an extent. Because Bray Wyatt was hot as hell. By himself. And he had, his sidekick, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan kind of helping. But it was Bray Wyatt. You faced Bray Wyatt, you were scared. He could do battles on his own. After John Cena, Bray Wyatt just kind of got thrown to the side. And no one really cared. The Wyatt family broke up for a short period of time. Now they're back together. But Bray Wyatt doesn't look like he can do anything on his own. It's like, he needs, it seems like the reason why the Wyatt family is getting so much attention is because of Braun Strowman, that big-ass guy that doesn't know how to wrestle. So, he did get buried to an extent, but, how many more years did John Cena have left? It all depends on John Cena. What I see happening is him lasting like Undertaker, like 10, 15 years from now. But I see him pretty soon as a part-timer because his health is getting bad. He's getting banged up. And even though he loves wrestling, some of the stuff he's been doing lately tells me he wants to venture other areas. He's been doing movies and, other things in the entertainment business. It looks like he wants to expand. It looks like he's getting bored of wrestling at the moment. So yes, John Cena still has a lot of years ahead of him, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Still waiting for that damn heel turn. Final question, number 20. Who is the future of the WWE? If they would build stars, I could probably answer that. WWE has not built a whole lot of stars. I mean, look, who do we have? There's only one group of people that they've built up properly, The Shield. Even though The Shield had broken up, look how popular Dean Ambrose is. Even as a heel, look how popular Seth Rollins is. If I had to take a guess, those two would be near the top of the future of WWE. But basically, for other superstars, there is a problem, and it is an NXT problem. It's NXT building stars just so they can come into WWE and get buried, get forgotten about, not get pushed properly. They're not building stars properly, I mean, they're doing it in NXT perfectly, but the NXT, the WWE transition just is not working. And I'm going to do a separate video kind of explaining this in whole, probably pretty soon, when I get my computer back from the shop. Well, there it is. Those are my 20 questions, and I got challenged by Bostonfan79V1. Now I get to tag 3 people or more. You can probably do like a whole bunch, but the thing is, a lot of my good friends are already tagged. So I'm just going to pick 3 people. Kyle Brichetto, I challenge you to do this 20 questions WWE fan challenge. I don't know if ThatBeautifulPunk has done it, but I challenge you to do the same thing. And I challenge DCX to do the 20 question WWE fan challenge. And if you've already done it, you don't have to do it again. That'd be stupid to do it a second time. Questions will be in the description. But anyways, those are my 20 questions answered. Thank you for watching. Jekko Knight signing out.